So here I have a blank project. You can see here I have created a new project and it's totally new. So here I'm going to create a list view. In this video we'll see how to create a list view. So before building the list view, I would like to create my first model class, that how and what kind of data I want to show in my list. So as I will create my first data model class, and in this class I will create my first class and my class name would be item. So basically in this list view builder I'm going to create a list for mobile items. It would be there would be some information about mobiles and their pricing, and then the images, that how we can show them in a Flutter in a format of list. So for showing them I have to create a list. I have to create a class. So in this class I will create a instance that what kind of data I have to show in the list. So for that I will create instances, and first instance I will create my name, and the second is description, and the third one is price. So for pricing I will pass double, and then image. Okay, so these are my first four instances which I want to pass in the list. So create a constructor item. I will create my named constructor so I can properly navigate them with the properly initialize with them by using their names. So this dot name and this dot image and this dot description and this dot price. So these are my instances and constructors. So it's showing an error that it is saying that you cannot null the instance which you have created. So for that I will pass a required field here, so I can tell to the Flutter SDK that I will pass a data in it, but right now I'm creating the class. So now my error has been removed. So here the model that what kind of data and how the data that what kind of data we need to show in the list. So we have created a model, and now I would initialize the fields which I have created here. So for initialization I will create again a class where I will store the uh, list of data which I want to show in the list. So here I'm creating my class, and my class name would be data model. It's my class name, and in this class I will create a list, and in this list I will actually I have to initialize these objects, initialize these instances. So I cannot store them in a variable, so we have more than one element set here for initialization. So instead of using variable I will like to create a list for them. So my list name would be items, and so this is my list. Okay, so I have created already a list list of data which I want to show here in my application. So for that I will copy the data from here. So it's my all the list. uh, I will copy it, and I will copy it and show them in this format. So here's my list, and in this list I have a name which I have passed here, then description, and then image, and then price. So here I'm going to use a network image instead of using uh, asset image. So I will share this data file with you in the description link. You can download from there and use them in your own projects. So here I have created this, and now I'm going to create my list view builder. So I will remove it all the code from here. So I'm going to remove all this code, and here I will create my app class, and in my app class I would return material app widget. In material app I will pass home, and in home I will pass scaffold widget. In scaffold widget I have to show app bar, and in app bar I will show the title of our application. So my title of application is list view. So center title is used to centralize your title. I will pass it true, so it will center my title. And then here the body, so we can create our list in this the body. So this is our application bar, and here is our body. So in body I will create list view dot builder. So here we can use list view as well, but list view is not a good option if we are passing a list with thousands of items. So if you have a list with 50 to 60 items or 100 items, then we can use list view. So if we have a list of thousands of items, then we have to use list view.builder. So list view builder is basically designed for storing a list with a large number of items. So in list view builder we have total two widgets which we have to pass. The first one is item count, so that how many items you want to pass in this list. So here instead of passing integers number, basically it takes an integer. So it takes an integer data, that how many items would you like to pass in the list. So instead of defining by typing the number, I will say that if the number of items which actually I will show him, I will tell him that in my model class all the items which I have declared here, please pick it. So it will pick the all the items which I have showed, which I have passed here by their index number. So I will not pass directly a integer number that you have to collect or show the items according to this number. So instead of passing this number, I will show that I will show directly pass my function, my data model class which I have created here. So data model class, data model, and in data model I will pass my items, and in items I will show the length, that pick the items according to their length. Their length can be greater than, or their length can be according to the class which we have there. So here if you see we have total 5 items. So instead of passing 5 here, I'm telling him that you can pick according to their index number. So here it is showing an error that you cannot access the list of items which you have here without passing the static data type, without passing the static variable. So I'm going to make it static so I can use them in my list. So here you can see that the error is moved, which is showing by items, which is showing by list view builder. So the next thing is item builder, that how the items you want to display in it. So in item builder I will pass two parameters, context and index. That context is basically context is basically building the interface of our list, and index index is basically showing that how many items you want to display in this context. So here I will create the widget that will show that how the items would look like in this list. So here I'm going to create my new widget, and my new widget will name as item show. So this is my new widget, and in this widget I will create I will in this widget I will show that how the items would look like when it is showing in the list view builder. So here's my widget is not it is not existing, so I will create a new widget. So here you can see that let me remove it, and here I will create a stateless widget. Item show. So here's my widget. In this widget I will create that how my item would look like. So here I will create a first variable. Basically this variable is used to access the elements of the data model class which we have declared here. So basically for accessing these elements I will create a variable here, and this variable would be final. So here I will pass my user defined data type. This is actually a user defined data type which is our class. So class is our user defined data type, and in user defined data type I want to access their element. So I will create object, and then I will create the constructor for my variable. So here's my constructor, and here I will create that how the list element would look like. So for creating the list element I will pass widget list tile. So list tile is basically is used to build the element of your it is basically a child element of list view.builder. So it is necessary for building the elements inside the list. So in this element I will create. So basically it is showing an error. What's the error? It is showing that your argument, you have to pass the argument here. So I will pass the argument here, and then in this argument I will tell him that what kind of data you have to show in the item builder. So here I will pass the element that in data model class you have to show the items according to their index number. So here items according to their index number. So I am passing this data element to item widget item show, and item show is basically using here. So item show is basically is used to show the element of the list, that how elements would look like. So when I run it, I will run it, and here it's running. In this running time I will create the elements of our list. So here the first element of our list is leading. So leading is basically the first element that you want to show in the list. So here in leading element I would like to show my image. So for image, my image, as you know that I am using a network image, so I will pass my network image, and in network image I am saying that please pick the URL of my network image from the class which I have declared in the data model file. So I am going to pass this variable here, and after that when I will run it, it will show basically list of it will show the image of our uh, it is showing that our images which I have created in the list. So the next thing is uh, title, that what is the title of your list element. So in title I would pass my name of the files which I have created, and you can see that here's my name which I have passed it here. And the next thing is I want to also show the description of our images. So for description I have another widget in list type which is subtitle. Subtitle is also taking an text widget, so I will pass description, and here the description is showing. And the next thing is I also want to show the price of our list. So for pricing we have a widget names as trailing is a property which is used to display the title of the list style element. So this trailing widget is used to display the title at uh, right side of your list style. So in list style trailing element I want to pass my price. I want to show the price of our cell phone. So item dot price. So here you can see that text, we know that text is used to take the widget of text is used to take the widget with string data type. So here we have basically declared where we declare this price widget with double data type. So for telling to that we have to use a dot operator with toString. So it is basically a type of if you remember a parse function. So parse function, what does the parse function do? It is taking the input from integer type and convert it into string type. So basically it is using as a parse function and takes the value in double format and pass them into string format. So when I run it, it is showing my prices here. I also want to show another thing is I also want to display a dollar sign here. So when I will pass my dollar sign, it will consider it as a string interpolation. Basically this is not a string interpolation. So for I will tell to that this is not a string interpolation. So we have a format for display this as a value. So for this purpose we will pass the data in form of so in this format we can show our dollar sign with the data type which I have passed here. So now you can see that what does it mean. Okay, okay, it is perhaps showing an error here. Okay, let's remove it. And okay, it's perhaps showing an error, so ignore it and we will see this later. So this is the form of list. So if I passed here the actually this is actually looking good, but it is not looking properly. So I will wrap this my widget list style with a card element. Card element in list in Flutter is basically used to display your data in the form of card. So when I pass it, you can see that data is looking in a form of card. So it is looking quite good as compared to our previous widget. So in card item we have another property which is elevation. So elevation is basically is used to add the shadow under the card item. So I will pass the shadow with 5 value. So here's my shadow is showing that under the card element. So we can also change the style of our text inside this. So I will style it my title and text style, and here I will font family, font weight dot bold. So all my titles would look like would be bold, and same I want to show. So description is looking good. I also want to show create the bold to my pricing style, and in text style I would font font weight dot bold. Now it's looking good. So this is the form of list which we have created. So we can also scroll it. Here we have just for 5 elements. So if I copy this from here, I will show you that how we can use this list as a scrolling element. Okay, run it again. So you can see that here our list element would be there. We can also scroll them. So is it showing? Yes, we can. You can see that we can also scroll them.